What's up, everyone? So, sleep and digestion. There's that saying, all disease begins in the gut. Well, whatever sleep has to do with that, that'll definitely speed it up. But I thought I'd reach out to everyone and say what's up because it's taken me a lot of time to recover from a lot of stuff that went on, which was utter nightmare. And it's funny that you could buy something, and if it's the right thing, in an instant, almost like less than 5 minutes, all of a sudden you're like, wow, like I can think clearly, something's actually working right. But it's funny because how many ideas I have that I haven't expressed in so long that I can't pile all of that up all at once. But I can say that adequate sleep and adequate digestion are two of the most important things in the world. And, you know, all of the things that have happened to me the last few years, well, since like 2021 specifically, and then just complete dismantling. Like, there's plenty of books in the Bible that you could refer to see these things, like people completely carrying away all of the things because you move into the wrong place. I think it was the book of Judges specifically, in the tribe, one of the tribes of Benjamin, that almost got eradicated because of what they did to a man and his wife. Well, and I mean, there's other stories in the Bible like that, but it's very interesting that I'm even alive and able to sit here and speak to you clearly. So, with all the stuff that I did and went through, maybe I shaved off like 40, 50 years off my life, but by some miracle, I guess God had me alive to make a couple more videos anyway. So I hope everyone's been doing well. And truly, truly, I think it was David who said, I'm fearfully and wonderfully made, because it's like the things that this body can endure is amazing. Like they said, that a lot of the people who went through the like Auschwitz and the death camps over there, like actually went on to live long lives. And I think I forget that Asian guy's name, like Miyaku Kochu, I can't remember. It's been a while, but the long-haired Asian guy, you see him on the news a lot, talking about science. Uh, well, he said that one time is that the only thing that they've really discovered that helps people live a lot longer is actually starving yourself, which sounds insane, but the idea of fasting and bitter herbs, ox bile, well, biotin, stuff like that, stuff for digestion. Well, bitter, swallowing some ox bile, it kind of tastes like when you uh, when you kind of upchuck a little bit in your mouth. Well, I haven't had that happen in a long time, and now that I had some digestive enzymes, I think I know why. Something ain't been working right for sure, but I hope that everyone out there is doing well, and health and healing is like the most important thing. Whenever you're even in a propaganda war, what good will you be without your health or without the ability to heal on anything you encounter, whether it's near death experiences, which kind of connects to out of body experiences, and a lot of the problems that you start having in your mind clearly are linked to gut. I'm not a doctor, and anything I've said here, you would want to consult a certified physician, but just letting y'all know what happened to me and what's happened in my life, well, maybe if God allows me to make more videos, we can get there slowly. But whenever there's so much wickedness happening and it starts to absorb you, it would seem to me like these higher powers, God, would pull you out of that, but also make it to where you din in the lesson, because the things I've went through are resounding now, and the things I went through were traumatizing and terrible, but I've come to a point now where I say, that's funny. uh, because you have to come to a point where you can just laugh that people would rather choose to do all of those things rather than just have fun or do the appropriate things. But who can blame them? I mean, they don't have money, they don't have help, they weren't raised right. They're just doing what they have to survive a lot of times. And even though for us it seems like wickedness, God's not confused about it. God knows exactly how to get you to where you want to be. Or where you're gonna go. Not where you want to be, but where you're gonna go. And I almost don't even like to say that word anymore. I don't like to use language in a spiritual sense that anybody else uses, because I don't want anybody to think that somehow that like whatever kind of stuff they've learned from people and made flesh their arm is that, like, I would say all day long I've stretched forth my hand to a gainsaying and disobedient people, so much so that I got carried away in it, and in the middle of all that wickedness, woo, everything a man has he'll give for his life. But whenever it comes to naming things, it's almost like you don't even want to like talk. It's easier just to be like whenever you have a near-death experience, or people OD or have these weird psychological experiences under extreme stress, like when Jesus bled the drops of blood, right? Stress. It's almost like whenever you're in those situations and you get the third man syndrome, like when you're trying to survive and start like hallucinating people are there, it's like they're kind of like, no words. It's kind of like they're pointing and telling you to do stuff and like going away, or like when you wake up and someone's at the foot of your bed, it's like they're not usually like hello, they're just kind of like, and all of a sudden you're like, oh my god. So it's like nonverbal communication truly is more important than whatever kind of stuff is flying out of people's faces. But God was able to shield me in all of that and somehow bring me out alive, which is amazing. But as I said, higher powers or the forces or the some other word besides just using what other people say, because it comes to a point where you can see how true it is in Jeremiah, where it says, curses the man who puts his trust in man and makes flesh his arm. But remember, once sin comes to a fool, it's like God will just yoink. It's like this vision that it's as easy as yoinking a doink. It's like this thing that happened in all of this stress, like it's a yoinking a doink. It's that easy. God will pull you right out of it. But hey, y'all take care.